is it going? Databyte says no data here, and welcome back to another episode of Roblox Assassin, and we are doing yet another top 10. This is the top 10 mythics updated. So I updated the top 10 exotics list a while ago, so now we are going to update the top 10 mythics. I am updating some of my old top 10s, and the reason for that is, there are many new knives added, many new knives that, could end up being in the top 10, and overall it's been like a year, so overall my opinion changes on the matter. So yeah, in the case of top 10 mythics, there are loads upon loads of new mythics to put into consideration when making this top 10, and my opinion has also changed over the course of like a year or several months, so I decided to update the top 10 mythics. So we done an updated top 10 exotics, and now we're doing updated top 10 mythics. Probably not going to update any more top 10 lists, I don't plan on it, but we'll see what happens. So like always, a couple of rules before we begin this top 10. First of all, this is my opinion, alright? And it is based on looks, it's not based on value. Value might change my opinion a bit, but it really is just based on looks, not on value. Because if I just made top 10 most valuable mythics, that would be kind of boring, because you can just look at the value list yourself and just find out right there, and making a video about that would be pretty boring. So it is based on looks, and it is my opinion. So if you have a different opinion, then congratulations for you. There aren't any mythic pets at the moment. There are no mythic pets, so it's only going to be mythic knives. And I decided to exclude Bandhammer just because that's admin exclusive. So we are not going to include that in this top 10. And that is pretty much it, guys. So if you guys are excited for this top 10, be sure to drop a like on this video and comment down below your favorite mythic. And if you are new, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell, because once we hit 50,000 subscribers, we are going to be giving away a free Legend Hammer, brand new dream, super high demand. So be sure to subscribe so we can give away that Legend Hammer. And without further ado, let us begin this top 10. Also, guys, if you want to see the previous top 10 mythics, the outdated version of it, if you want to know my previous opinion, then be sure to click the eye in the top right corner right now. So there it is. You can check out the old top 10 mythics if you want to check that out, and then come back to this video, or just watch this one. It's a free country, do whatever you want. For the top 10, we have the Rainbowseer. This is a very difficult mythic to craft. It is a craftable mythic. Very insane. What you need is 3 unicorns and 6 overseers. And, at the time when Rainbowseer came out, that was extremely difficult. There are many harder knives to craft, like Dreamwalker and Fire Elemental, but back then, Rainbowseer, that was super hard to craft, and it was insane. At the time, this was considered one of the best knives in the game. Now, this is just a reskin, like a recolor of a previous knife known as Overseer, just a reskin of Overseer, so that's why it's kind of low on the list, but it's still very, very good. The rainbow part of the Rainbowseer, it really adds to the Overseer. It makes the knife so much better, and I love it so much. Just the look of it, it's so simple. Like, it's just a rainbow version of the Overseer, but it looks amazing. So at number 10, we have the Rainbowseer. It is freaking awesome. At number 9, we have Water Elemental, also known as Tides in Murder Mystery 2. We wanted Tides in the game for so long, and in May 2017, we finally got it. With a Wind Elemental and an Earth Elemental, you can craft the Water Elemental. Super, super cool knife. It's just a bright blue knife on the side, so you kind of see a little wave effect. So, just attention to detail for the Water Elemental, because it's water, so you have to have a little bit of a water effect to it, or I guess waves. That's why it's called Tides of Murder Mystery 2. But yeah, super cool knife, very bright blue. There are quite a couple of bright blue knives in the game, like Ice Ancient. Ice Ancient is a good example, but Water Elemental is just flat out better. Super fun to use. I don't even use it that often, but I just love the way it looks. I should use it more often because it's a great knife. At number 8, we have Behemoth. This is a brand new mythic, ladies and gentlemen. It came out in July of 2018, and it is one of the 3 mythics that you can get from the brand new heroic case. 12.5% chance of getting a mythic, and one of those mythics is Behemoth. Now, what is super cool about Behemoth is its size. This knife is freaking huge, guys. It is incredibly huge. You take it out, you're just like, whoa, this is one huge knife, and that's super cool. The color of it is just like black and gray. It's just super dark and edgy. It kind of looks like it's built out of stone, which is super cool. I like that effect to it. It's like built out of stone, and it is huge, and you could just whack people in the head with it and they just die, and that's it. They're dead. It's amazing. And honestly, it's just a really simple design. It's a giant knife basically built out of stone, and it's great how such a simple design can be such a great mythic, honestly. At number 7, we have the Competitor Blade. Now, this knife is a competitive prize, so for the previous 2 seasons, the past 2 seasons, ever since the summer update, if you get the top 100 on the leaderboard, you can get the Competitor Blade. It's pretty rare at the moment. There are only 200 of these knives. There are only 200 competitor blades in existence, which when there are thousands of players, that really isn't a lot for only 200 in existence. That's quite a low number. And it's kind of like Behemoth, you know, with the color. It's basically like a smaller version of Behemoth. It is black and it is basically a smaller version of Behemoth. But what this knife has is its own effect. This was the first ever mythic to get its own effect. So it's a cool, dark, edgy knife, and it has this cool, like, bright effect, like these bright fireworks. Super cool. And again, it was the first mythic to have an effect of its own, which was revolutionary. You know, it changed mythics forever. I mean, I guess that's a bit extravagant, but still, it was a cool detail to have a mythic with an effect of its own. Again, that was only for dreams before the Competitor Blade. So yeah, that's why it is on this list. Super cool mythic, even though it is going to go down in value. Let's be real, this thing will go down in value. Currently 75 exotics though. That is a lot. It will go down in value though, but that is okay. It is still a super cool knife. For the number 6 slot, we have the Fire Elemental. This knife, in my opinion, is the hardest knife to craft. You need 3 wind elementals. 3 of them. You have to be extremely lucky and unbox a bunch of wind elementals, because it is just 1% chance in the elite case, and then you have to craft them all and get an earthen blade and get a fire elemental. It is super hard to get a fire elemental, but once you craft it, it is super cool. You know, you can kind of see the flames effect in the knife. You can see a bit of flames, and it is such a great fire knife. You know, we really don't have too many fire knives, so to have one, just to have this super cool fire knife, it is great. And when you equip the dragon fire effect, that just makes the knife so much better. When we have the dragon fire effect, you have the cool flames on the fire elemental. It's a great knife. You feel like you're on fire, literally, because you're like holding fire itself and you are killing people with it. At number 5, we have the Champion Blade. Now, this knife is the previous competitive prize for the top 10 on the leaderboard. So for the first 5 competitive seasons, if you got the top 10 on the leaderboard, you would get the Champion Blade. Glorious knife. It is super cool. I actually got it on the first ever competitive season. First competitive season, I got the top 10 and I got the Champion Blade. Now, this is very similar to Elegant Blade, which is an exotic. If you get top 100, it's very similar to Elegant Blade, but it is purple. As you can see, it has a little purple gem inside of it. Elegant Blade is blue, Champion Blade is purple, and let's be real, that purple makes all the difference. It makes Elegant Blade, or I guess Champion Blade, it just makes the knife so much better. Super cool. Just a white elegant sword with a tint of purple makes it super cool. And this is the second rarest knife in the entire game. There are only 50 of them. That is right, guys. There are only 50 Champion Blades in the entire game. The first rarest is Champion Axe, which is a dream knife. There are currently 20 of them, so 20 Champion Axes, 50 Champion Blades. But honestly, I feel like, you know, once there are more than 5 competitive seasons with the Champion Axe, there are actually going to be more Champion Axes in the future. So honestly, in the future, I feel like Champion Blade is actually going to be the rarest knife ever. In the future, I feel like there are going to be more Champion Axes. Maybe not. We'll see what happens. Maybe a Champion Axe will be the rarest. who knows? But honestly, at this moment, I feel like it's going to be Champion Blade. At number 4, we have the Seraph. This is honestly a pretty basic mythic to craft, but you get such a cool knife out of it. So for this Seraph, you need 5 Archangels. That is it. Archangel is an exotic in the Sturdy case and the Elite case, and when you unbox it, you know, you get 5 Archangels and you can craft the Seraph. And this is a super cool mythic. It is huge, first of all. It is huge. Like, kind of like Behemoth, but what's cool about Seraph is you can just see how sharp it is. Like, Behemoth is kind of like built out of stone, but Seraph, it is just a super sharp, elegant knife that you can just pierce through your enemies with. You can just pierce through your enemies. It is absolutely insane. And it is just a super cool knife. Even like the wings are super detailed. And that's just what I love about this knife. And what's great is it is honestly pretty easy to craft. And honestly, I don't see a lot of Seraphs, but I feel like it's pretty simple to craft. You only need 5 Archangels. For number 3, we have the Wind Elemental. This is a mythic that you can unbox in the Elite case, and it is a 1.5% chance of unboxing. You could unbox this mythic. I guess it's technically lower because there's also Spider, so I guess it's really 0.75% chance. Super, super low odds, but if you get extremely lucky when you unbox the Elite case, you can get the Wind Elemental. I adore this knife so much. It is great. I love the golden color to it. The golden color to it, it just adds so much to it. And the satisfaction of unboxing this thing is great. You just pull out a Wind Elemental and it is great. Super cool golden knife that you could kill people with. If you bought VIP before the summer update, if you bought VIP and you have the Midas touch effect, which when you kill people, it makes people gold. So you kill people, it makes people gold, and you have the Wind Elemental. It's just a great combination, super cool, but unfortunately, that effect is actually unobtainable. So yeah, but anyway, again, Wind Elemental, super cool gold color. Honestly, pretty rare because, you know, you kind of need a Wind Elemental to craft all of the other elementals. So that's usually what people do. And then, you know, there aren't a lot of Wind Elementals in the long run. But to have one, it is super cool. Honestly, better than all the other elementals. So I usually don't craft a lot of elementals because I just like to keep wind. So yeah. At number 2, we have the Wrath. This is a brand new mythic from the Heroic case. Just like Behemoth, you could unbox the Wrath in the Heroic case, 12.5% chance. And you can also craft the Wrath. It is also craftable. It is both an unboxable and a craftable knife. So you can also craft it with Epic Blue, Epic Red, Fury, and Ancient Steel. So when you get that, you can craft the Wrath. You guys know that purple is the best color. Hands down, purple is the best color in the world. And to have basically a purple Ice Lord is absolutely insane. Super cool purple mythic. It is great, and it also has its own effect. There are only 2 mythics in the game with their own effects, Competitor Blade and the Wrath. And the Wrath has its cool own purple flames effect, so you can kind of see it has a bit of purple fire when you use it, and it is super cool. It just makes the Wrath so much better, and just all the purple, it is great. Just a nice purple sword that you can stab people with. And if you have like the magic effect or the purple flames, that makes the Wrath even better. And finally, at number 1, we have the Fang, guys. The Fang, this is yet another new mythic in the summer update. This is a craftable mythic, so once you craft together the Spider and 2 Doombringers, you can craft the Fang. Super cool knife. I've seen this in Murder Mystery 2 a long time ago, and I actually never managed to get it. I probably could get it now if I really wanted to because everything's duped, but that's beside the point. I've seen this in Murder Mystery 2 for so long and I never got it. I always wanted this knife in Assassin. So to see it finally in Assassin, that made me so freaking happy to see the Fang in Assassin. Super cool knife. I just love the way it looks. The bright red color makes it super flashy, super out of place, which I love. Also, like the little, I guess, legs to it, I guess, sort of. I don't know if those are legs, but it really adds to it. And even just the name of it, the Fang, it is awesome. Like, you would always want a knife that is called the Fang. And I'm so happy that I finally got into Assassin, and it is definitely my favorite mythic in the game. And honestly, probably one of my most favoriteest knives in Assassin ever. I just love the way it looks. It's great. When I crafted this for the first time, I was super happy. But anyway, that is going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Roblox Assassin. That was the top 10 mythics, ladies and gentlemen, the updated version. And I hope you guys enjoy the countdown. So, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all those other things that YouTube people do. And I will see you guys in the next video. Toodles!